What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. This is episode 4 of True Story starring Kevin Hart on Netflix. The last thing we seen was our boy Kid getting on stage and freezing up. Why did he freeze up? Because Gene, the crazed fan, has footage of him and his brother dumping a body in a trash can. Now, it's one thing to have a murder, but two, for someone to have evidence and proof that you did it, that's even worse than doing the crime. But before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now we need to figure out what we're going to do with Gene. We got to keep him close. We need to figure out a way to get Gene to delete this footage so no one will have it. So that's where we're at now. Episode 4, True Story. The only thing Kid can do right now is keep replaying Gene's voice in his head. I followed you last night. I seen you guys. Man, I'm telling you, this right here will have your heart racing the most. Now, I've done some silly things in life. Never committed no murder or anything dumb like that. But I've done some things where it's even just showing up late to work for the third time in a week. You're like, oh, Lord, what's about to happen? So we can already tell how Kid is feeling. Kid can hear everybody behind him talking. He's not trying to hear that. He's supposed to be on tour. He's supposed to be getting his money, a movie, crossing the Billie. He just gets frustrated, picks up a stool, throws it into the mirror, breaks it. If I'm security, I'm turning around. All right, hey, y'all need to get out of here, and try to get on his good side. All right, let's get on out of here, y'all. Everything good? Everything good, boss? But Kid tells everybody to get up out of there. Kid storms out of there because he's frustrated. And when he leaves, Herchel, the security guard, the guy you pay that follows you, that's supposed to be your protection, he grabs him like, Kid, stop. Kid turns around and punches him. And he's like, hey, you only got one of those. We know people get frustrated, but at the same time, you can't treat somebody like that, especially not your security. He's saying, hey, you may pay me, but I'll still whoop your ass. You only get one of those punches. At the end of the day, Herchel is still security. He still has to be there because, hell, you want that check to come in. You're not going to be disrespected. That's why he told him you only get one chance to punch me. Now, he has Kid in the back, and he's not answering any of his phones. Todd's calling. Well, his girl Mo actually calls Herchel. And Herchel like, oh, we got Mo on the phone. He's like, give me the phone. He's talking to her, and she's asking, are you going through, like, drugs? Are you on drugs again? Is this because of me? And he's playing it cool. Like, nah, I just got up on stage. I froze up. Because no one knows about this murder except for him and his brother Carlton and, of course, Gene. So he's on the phone, but he's really downplaying it all. Billie and Todd are having a conversation about everything we just seen with Kid, him getting up there and freezing. So for her, she's seeing it. I've been around Kid, and one thing I know is he's going to bounce back. And Todd is asking her, is this making you change your mind about being an opening act at Madison Square Garden? Because if you want to be great, you need to go ahead and take this opportunity. He doesn't want this to slide past her also because he figures, you know, saying if she gets to going, I can be her manager too, make me some money, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about, dollar signs. Billie, she's hearing all this and she's taking it into consideration. She really wants to get back out there though, because she needs to practice. Ever since she's been working with kids, she hasn't done any sets. Billie goes over and talks to the host. Now he's the guy that's hyping everybody up before Kid comes out, and he's telling her, you need to start making your own, you know what I'm saying, your own moves, because if Kid's falling off, then what are we gonna do? And she's saying, oh no, you know, she starts comparing him to Chappelle, and he's like, well, Chappelle, you know what I'm saying, he went to Africa. He didn't go crazy. We actually know why he left. He left because he wanted to keep things the way he wanted to keep them. And he's saying, well, I'm having a, you know what I'm saying, an open mic coming up tomorrow. I ain't got no name for it yet, but if you want to slide through, you better be funny, because even though you my dog, we gonna clown you. So this is an opportunity for her to get on the stage and show off some of her jokes. We seen Kids say they were trash, so I don't know how she's gonna do on the stage herself, but I wish her the best of luck. Kid pulls up to Carlton's house, and we have a problem on our hands. He comes in there and he tells, hey, why you ain't answering your phone? He said, because I know it's you and we good. We ain't got nothing else to worry about. Little does Carlton know, Gene has footage, people. You gotta look around because the feds could be watching. Gene has footage, and he's saying, we got to figure out how to get rid of this. Now, Carlton, he's looking at it. Wait, whoa. I helped you get rid of 2 bodies. This ain't no we. Gene, that's your best friend. That's who you gave tickets to. That's who you were arguing with. You need to figure that out. I already helped you. Now, Kid, he's not in this kind of life. He's a comedian. He's a movie star. So he's not knowing what he needs to get done. That's why he came to Carlton, because we know he has a little past. But Carlton, like, hey, man, it is what it is. You need to get that footage back. Kid's getting upset because Carlton doesn't want to help him. And Carlton's telling him, Kid, chill out, bro. I'm not helping you, man. You need to figure this out. And of course, you know how it is. Two brothers. Well, anytime you get two men in there and there's a disagreement, there's a thin line between disrespect and we got to throw these hands. So he's telling them, Kid, chill. And we know Wesley can fight in real life. And it doesn't end up good for him. I'm talking about he's tossing Kid around the room, threw him into the wall, throwing him over the couch, and they going at it. Herchel's down in the van. He's looking up in the window, and he can see Kid getting tossed around. Todd's calling, hey, is everything all right? He's like, yeah, we just handling a few things. And he looking up there. He's not going to go up there quite yet because he's letting Carlton get some hits in just because Kid punched him earlier. But, you know, he's not going to let him rough him up too much. They get done fighting, and now Kid's sitting here and he's starting to think about what happened. He shouldn't have been in that situation. Of course, he didn't want to drink. We know he didn't want to drink. It was low-key peer pressure, but at the same time, you're an adult. You're 40 years old. If someone is forcing you to drink, hey, you need to go look in the mirror and reevaluate yourself, because no one can force you to do anything. You have options in life. You hear him tell Carlton, I should have just called the ambulance when Daphne OD'd. And Carlton, he takes his drink and he walks out. He's like, yeah, you should have. That would have been the best decision. You didn't do anything. You would have had a scandal, a cheating scandal, but you wouldn't have had a murder. Kid ended up staying the night over at his brother Carlton's house. Now, he slept in the room, and when he woke up, he started looking at pictures of them when they were younger. You know, just looking at how his brother is living. Because at the end of the day, even if you guys have your differences, you're still going to have love for your brother. Now, when he comes out, Carlton's in the kitchen. He cooking us some eggs and stuff, and Kid does make a little joke like, you still eating like this? And he's like, yeah, man, it's, you know what I'm saying, protein, we need it. Carlton is actually on the phone with Mo and talking to his nephew Carlton, and he's letting them know, hey, I got Kid, you know, whatever he's going through, I got his back. I'm gonna look out for him. Carlton looks Kid in the eye and tells him, y'all looking? We need to figure out a way to get rid of this fan Gene. And Kid says, I'm on the same page as you. But he doesn't know how to get to Gene. And what Carlton is saying, since he's your biggest fan, if you call him, he's going to run to that opportunity. You know how it is. He just got VIP tickets. So he's looking at it like, okay, Kid is a friend of me. He apologized. Gene doesn't seem all the way there. So if you tell him to come meet up with you, he's going to do it. Now, how are they going to get rid of him? Because that'll be 3 bodies in like 2 days. That's a little bit overkill. But let's see what Carlton has planned. Carlton tells him, you call Gene, you tell him to pull up. Kid's like, yeah, and then you're going to do what you do, right? He looks at Carlton, and Carlton looks back and says, oh, no. You doing this, I'm going to be by your side. But this one's on you. This is your fan. All this is because of you. If you would have never pushed him, he would have never followed you to record because he wanted to apologize. So, Kid, you're going to have to figure this one out. We're trying to figure out how to get Gene to show up. Well, we're in a meeting with Todd. We're talking about the next movie, and they want him to get out to LA to get on this ASAP because we about to cross $1 billion. We got to be working on part 2. That's just the way business works. Now, while they're in here, he has a message that he shows his brother Carlton where he's telling Gene, come meet up with me. Now, you see Todd adjust his glasses. He's looking over. What do you two got going on over here? Because they've been acting funny. We got a lot on our plate, Todd. Just let us be brothers, please. Todd looks over there and Kid says, look, my brother's in trouble. He needs some help. I'm helping him out. Don't worry about it. That's my brother. Everyone has issues. Unmute the phone. Get back on this business call. Todd, you handle business. Me and Carlton will handle family matters. Don't worry about that. They leave. We know that the money is about to be sent to Carlton, $600,000 worth. Even if Todd doesn't like it, it's going to be done. Now they're leaving, and Kid sees Billie and Herchel over by the front desk. He's like, let me go talk to Billie. Carlton's like, no, we got to go worry about Gene. And plus, you know, them two having sex, talking about Billie and Herchel. We seen that when he came to get the keys for the Sprinter. Now, Kid doesn't believe it. Carlton's like, man, she wouldn't be letting nobody get that close to her unless he's giving her, you know what I'm saying, that business. And Kid's like, what? He's in disbelief. Now they set up a destination for Gene to come and meet them. We know Carlton, he's been around the city, so he knows a location that there's no traffic. No one's really going to be here. Now we just have to wait for Gene to show up and Kid to do what he got to do. I'm talking about they should at least had a dirty pistol or something. They just came up with this revolver. Kid's hands is all over it. No gloves, no nothing. They just looking for trouble. Gene shows up, and of course, he's ecstatic to see his hero, Kid. And Kid's playing the cool. Hey, Gene, good to see you. Now, we got Carlton. He's over by the car. And Gene's kind of looking. He's kind of getting nervous. He's fidgety. Now, we see Kid got that thing behind him just in case. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure the right time. But Gene's looking over at Carlton. He's looking, who is this guy? So we're thinking things are about to go bad. So when Gene, he tells Kid, I wanted to apologize. That's why I'm here. And I want to do all this. He looks over and we keep seeing him look at Carlton. He's like, who is that guy? And he's looking like he's nervous. He starts walking away. It turns out Gene is noticing who Carlton is. Wait a minute. You play football. Your Kid's older brother. If it wasn't for you showing him different comedy on TV, we would have never had Kid. So they were over here thinking they noticed him from something else and Gene was about to mess it up. But really, he's just a fan. And he's saying without Carlton, we wouldn't have any Kid. So what Kid sees, he's like, oh, whew, all right, I got an idea. So he pushed the gun up. Kid apologizes to Gene. Now, Gene's saying, when you got mad at me at the hospital, he's saying that was just a mistake. We all make mistakes, but you're really my friend. So what he does is gets on his Instagram live and he tells everybody to follow Gene. We call him behind the scenes Gene now. And saying wherever you see me, you're going to see Gene. What he's doing is building this friendship to make Gene feel comfortable, which in return, he'll end up deleting the video. Now, Gene is starting to get a lot of followers because that's all he wanted, was to be friends with Kid. So this is a different approach. You see Carlton in the back. He ends up getting on there for a quick second. He's trying to dodge it. But he's looking at it and he's like, I don't know. We still should have got rid of him. Well, we know Billie had that open mic at the hostess spot. And he said if she's trash, they gonna get her up out of there. She's actually doing pretty good. I didn't find any of the jokes funny, but she's up there, depending on the crowd, they're gonna, laugh. You still show a little bit of love. I'm never going to go to a comedy show and boo somebody unless they're horrible. I'm talking about terrible. For me, if someone just gets up there and they attempt it, they may not be the funniest because, hell, you don't know what they're going through at that time. I still give people credit. She's up there. She got the crowd laughing, though. It's time to show up and we give Savez and Nico's this $600,000. Now we got the money in cash because that's what they wanted. We get there, you see Kid in the back, he got his hood on. He doesn't want anything to do with this. He just wants the whole process to be over with. Now they counted the money, got that money counter. You know how it is. The money is there, but they're saying we still haven't heard from Ari. Carlton's, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Here's the money that I owe you. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything to do with Ari. If y'all gonna find them, y'all need to find them. But what I have with y'all, my business here is done. I don't owe y'all anything. Now, before they leave, they ask Kid, hey, have you ever met Ari? And he's playing it cool. No, I never have, because he doesn't want there to be a connection between the two. Now, we heard when Ari came into the house, when he first met Kid, he was telling Carlton, you always said it was your brother. I never believed you. Now, they're saying Ari wanted to meet him, and it's funny that he never met you, even though he was dealing with Carlton. This is just to keep the separation so they won't look into Kid, because he figures if I never met Ari, then they'll get off my back for this. I don't have nothing to do with him. Kid and Carlton, they're talking about what just happened in there. And Kid is saying, look, you didn't make it seem like they was as tough as they are. He's like, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing, man. They only feed when they hungry. They sharks. They ain't gonna do nothing unless they got their money. They're gonna have to figure out their brother, where he's at. Now, you remember Julian. He was actually at the party in the first episode where they got Kid drunk. He's a cop, and he's saying, hey, Carlton, I know you owed Ari some money, but he dead now, so maybe this is good. You don't have to pay him any money. Well, they already paid the money, and this is actually going to be trouble now that Ari's body has popped up dead. Carlton gets off the phone because he knows this is bad news, and you see Kid like, what's going on? Well, they put this body somewhere they thought no one would find it. That's why I asked you guys, if you would have put it in the trash can, would you have put something on top of it, trash, or put them in a trash bin that already had trash in it, so it's not just, oh man, it's a body in here. But this right here is bad. I'm talking very bad. there you go, episode 4 of True Story. How would you guys handle the situation with Savez and Nikos? Would y'all brought that money and try to downplay it like you never met Ari? Or would you just brought the money and really said nothing? Like, hey, you go in there with that money, Carlton. Don't have me involved with it. We gonna pay him. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Monyca. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.